Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition, a Cold Steel 4MAX Scout rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, if you will. You guys know the drill. Before we ever get into the video, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. That number has decreased and is decreasing, but we got a long road to hoe. Anything over zero is unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We're back to blue over here. We support Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. And again, guys, those are just three totally separate causes that I have. They do not run together. Now, I have owned this knife for probably a year, year and a half. I got this one a little bit after I got the 4MAX. Okay, I am a big fan of Cold Steel. I've said that a million times. Now, I asked the question in the title, is this a budget boom or a bust? Is it a workhorse or a cheap knockoff? I want you guys to think about that throughout this video as we go through. Now, here's the deal. Size-wise, it's a 4-inch blade, 6-inch handle. Weight-wise, I think this one actually weighs, I think the Scout weighs a little more than the actual 4MAX. It does have the same solid steel liners, so it is incredibly tough. Triad lock, ambidextrous thumb studs, a true ambidextrous knife. Mine set up, of course, right hand tip up construction. Now, here's some of that high-end, high-pressure, or just a high-dollar water hose, okay? So it's a little tougher. I did speed this part up. I'm trying to keep some of these under 15 minutes. I know my dashing good looks and melodious tones you could watch and listen to all day, but to spare you some, I did speed this part up. Now, this is the factory edge. I did strop it. I needed to say that before I come out. Now, let me say this. I didn't cover this really yesterday, but this is a pretty good slab of steel. It's AUS 10A. It's reminiscent in the way it functions, VG10, CM154. It's a mid to low grade steel, but I love AUS 10A. Now, this is a higher pressure blast hose, dead man hose, so it's a little tougher to get through. And again, this is the factory edge that come with it. So my point is this. The thing that I love about this knife is not only the blade shape. I love the blade shape. It's shaped for sliciness. They ground the edges somewhat thinner so you can have a slicing knife. It actually cuts. It does very, very well, as you're going to see throughout this video. Now, I believe these are the Grivex handles. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, you know, like I would think you wouldn't. But my only knock on this knife is a simple one. Cold Steel's pocket clips from time to time can run really tight. That's one of the knocks on it, but it's easily remedied. The only thing I would have liked to have seen is use smoother Grivex under the pocket clip. With this one, it can be a pocket killer. Is it a make or break? No, not at all. I fixed my pocket clip. I smoothed it out a little bit and I'm fine. I just wanted to bring that up. I felt like it bared mentioning. Now, here's a piece of that old 2-inch toe strap, ratchet strap, whatever you want to call it. And again, bear in mind now, this knife's over a year old. And I don't believe any work's been done to the blade other than stropping. And it cuts through this thing pretty good. Now, the benefit of the AUS 10A, there's several. Expense is one. But it's also incredibly easy to sharpen in the field. So, if you buy it, and guys, listen, budget, the term budget is relative. Your budget may not be my budget. This was made because the 4MAX runs anywhere between $300 and $400. That's the new one. The older ones, the American made and the Italians, can run anywhere between $4 and $6 from what I've seen, depending on where you get it, shape, quality, all that. Now, the thing that one of the big things that I love that Cold Steel does is they'll make, you know, whether it's the 4MAX Scout or the SR1 Light or what Bush Ranger Light, whatever they want to call it, they offer some of their higher end knives in less expensive materials. Notice I didn't say cheap. just lesser expensive. Now here, we're going to do the John Peters stab test. The ergonomics of this handle, to me, are absolutely phenomenal. We were able to stab completely through 2 pieces of sidewall tire, no problem. When we slammed back down again, we were able to get that 3rd. Well, there we go. Come on, Scab. There you go, son. Jump in there. So, it is a good stabber, just like the Formax. And again, guys, there's certain things that this knife performed exactly like the Formax. Now, let me get to this real quick. My shout outs are, again, Karl Ruedger. We're trying to get him to 1,000. Go over to Karl, subscribe. A new guy, world's fastest tube. World's fastest tube. Guy has some really, really good content. Go over there, check him out. I'll put a link in the description below. And then we have our steadfast Joe from Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife. Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. And then, of course, my brother from another mother, Donnie B All-day. Channel name, Donnie B All-day. He's headed to 10,000. Go over and subscribe if you have not. Now, back to the knife. I wanted to show some everyday tasks, just like I say in every video, and I'm a novice at best and all that crap. You do this day in and day out. I hope I'm getting better at it. But I wanted to baton several different kinds of wood. This one's an older, drier piece. Just wanted to slam through. And here in a minute, you see right there, it broke. But I wanted to get different types of wood in on this thing. I think we do baton some firewood, some fat wood, some lighter knot type stuff. And then we do, I think, a pressurized 2x4, something like that. But I wanted to get some different woods in there just to see how it held up. The blade play, the edge, all of that. Everything came out awesome. Cold Steel's known for overbuilt knives. Now, here's what the argument I get all the time. Well, it's not practical. You ever carry one? No, then you can't speak on it. Sorry. These knives, to be this, now you got an open, you got a 10-inch blade, right, or you got a 4-inch blade, but you got a 10-inch knife right there. That's a big knife. It's 10.4 ounces, I believe, and people will be like, well, it's too big to carry. Actually, Cold Steel's XL folders carry very, very well. Do you know they're there? Absolutely. It's 10.4 ounces. You're going to know it's there unless you're on some of them steroids. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know it's there. But at the same time, it carries well. It rides well in the pocket. It's comfortable in the pocket. And once you fix the pocket clip issue, it's fine. I love mine. This one does not come with the Wave technology, the Emerson Wave technology. But it does have the dual thumb studs. It is ambidextrous carry, or you can set it up ambidextrous. Mine's right hand tip up. That's the way I like carrying them. This is a great knife, guys. And again, depending on your budget, you can't flip the money for the Formax, and totally 100% understand that. This is a great option. And in some cases, this may be a better option. Yes, the Formaxes are better materials. Yes. But with this, you get ease of sharpening. You get a little bit better grip, in my opinion. You get something that has the same lock, the triad lock. It comes with the same lock bar that you can put a safety bar through to make it almost like a fixed blade right under the blade as the Formax. So you're getting a lot of knife for a lot less money. I believe these go from anywhere from $110 to $120, something like that, which isn't a bad deal, guys, compared to the Formax. Now there, you seen I checked throughout this video on blade play. Right there, I'm cutting some breaking some cardboard, doing what I do. Now realize we've cut high pressure hose, we've cut water hose, we've stabbed tires, we've baton wood, we've done all kind of stuff. We're going to cut some of this polypropylene rope. Now this one eventually will go to DJ to get it home back up, because this is, again, guys, when we go out in the woods and we do our outdoor stuff, I always carry either my Formax, my Rajah, which I got my Rajah in from Mikey. I'm super fired up. That video will be tomorrow. We'll probably do videos all week. I know you're super, super excited for that. Then we're going to do a little bit of a modified push cut. because I'll always cut the rope down too small for my little fat fingers to hold, and then I get mad. So we just did a quick push cut there. Overall, now right here we're going to do just a little bit of prying. Pry that knot out. That's solid lighter knot right there, guys. Solid. So we ain't losing that. We ain't wasting that. Couple things, and then we'll head on down the road, down to Ponderosa. Is this a workhorse or a bust? Well, this one in my hand, and that's all I can speak to, has been an absolute workhorse. It's well built, solid, it's sturdy. You know it's there. I love the 4MAX and the 4MAX Scout. Now here we're going to baton a little bit of that lighter knot as soon as I find my boom boom stick. Preparedness isn't old Scab's motto, I can tell you that. That's why I forgot my can opener last week camping. Now, we're going to cut through this a couple times. We got a few minutes left, so I just want y'all to see the comfort, the ease of use, and again, now what do I mean by ease of use? It's easy to use. I know I built up some drama for that. Now we're going to do some chopping right here. This is old pressurized 4x4 post. I just wanted to show y'all, again, we wanted to bang on the edge a little bit. Cold steel, I have over 80 pieces of cold steel. At one point I believe I had over 100, but now about 80, 75, 80, something like that. Cold steel has always done well with their heat treat. Now, I realize that cold steel doesn't build the knife. I know that. I'm well aware of that. But they do have QC over it. And the heat treat on their knives has been, I think I've had one knife out of almost 100 that the heat treat was a little jacked up on. 1 out of 100 ain't bad. The heat treat on this one's spot on. It no edge damage. And I try to hit it pretty hard, guys. And I'll say this too. As far as the handle ergos go, this thing is set up for a chopper. Now, do you want to chop with a 4-inch blade? Typically, no. But I'll say this, if you have to, you can with this, just like you can with the 4MAX. This thing, to me, is a perfect work knife. Understand what I'm saying? In my field, in construction, something like that, you can put a good sharp edge on it. Out of the box, cold steel has some great edges. Put a good edge on it, and you've got one hell of a work knife that you can run over, beat up, do all of that you want to do. Now, right here, this is where we're going to have to do a little work, but I actually manipulated the hose in a way to where it'd be a little harder to cut for this one, because we're going to come right back and you'll see it glide through it. Now, right here, we're going to do just a quick stab and push down. No problem. Opened it right up. I'm telling you guys, it's worth checking out. Like I said, this ain't the QVC channel. You're all grown. You can make your choices. But if you're looking for a decent knife in that $100, $125 range, you like big knives, that's also a prerequisite. This is a great knife for that price point and size. Makes a great camping knife, great hunting knife, great fishing knife. It's just an overall really well-made knife. Well, guys, listen. My guy Mikey says it best. Never give up. Never surrender. And everything will be okay. Now, tune in tomorrow now for the Russia Sharpened by Mikey. I'm Scab. You're not. And, I'm going to go eat some supper, son. I'm gone. Love y'all.